Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Sergeant Soggy again. I hope the Lord has blessed your day. Today, I'm going to on how not to do things. We're going to build a control panel for some lights, some battery solar lights I want to put in the living room. So I needed switches, and we got might want to add fans in or whatever later on. So this is what I came up with. You guys can tell me how I'm not doing it right. Anyways, we'll just start at the top of the pile. This is just some screws. We'll get to those later. This here is a piano hinge, 6-inch piano hinge right there. Right? Yeah, just random stuff that we're going to play with. These are 2 ground bars. Bought off Amazon. All this came from Amazon, except for these. Well, just little wire cutters. You're gonna need tools. And this is a chunk of wire. Let's see. It's Garrett, brand name Garrett wire. This is 12 gauge, low voltage. I hate China wire, but this is actually some pretty good stuff. Electrical connectors. We're gonna need those. Yada yada. This goes to this bad boy, which is going to be the brain center of everything. I can charge phones on it. It's got, probably ought to hold it up this way where it's right. Now this is going to be the control panel. It's 6 switches, cigarette lighter, plug-in, doohickey thingy. This right here is USB. 2 ports right there. So we can charge our phones or whatever off of it. And this is the voltage meter. That's what it says. This will tell me where my batteries are at. And if I got to slow down on my consumption, good to go, just general health of the system. And then all these wires, there's 3 different circuits. Each switch and each device is on its own fuse. And this is a Nightlight brand switch. You can find them at Amazon. It's a marine. This is what this heavy gasket here is for. This is marine rated, supposedly. So, that's that. Then we get in here, and this is the box. This is the box we're going to use to house everything in. Open it up. I got a master switch. This is a 20 amp master switch right here. Of course, a screwdriver, we're going to need that. Extra bits of wire. And these are waterproof plugs. Wire plugs, you drill a hole, pop them through, you run your wires through them. We'll be doing that at some point. Got to get wire in and wire going out for electricity. So you know how that goes. This is a gasket that came with the box, but I'm not going to use it. I don't need it. I already broke it. And these are just the screws. Put the box back together. So, now, first thing we got to do, get this switch in that face cover. So what I'm going to do, this is the gasket for it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up the best way I think I can. And we're just going to cut this face right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this marker here, and I'm just going to get this lined up. Just kind of eyeballing it. Not going to be perfect. But you don't want it to look stupid either. But remember, this is on how not to do things. I'm just going to draw them. Now, that'll flex, so you want to hold it down. Isn't the best way to do it, but okay, so I'm going to use a oscillating saw to do this, and I'm sure you don't want to watch, so we'll get back to you. Okay, people, we're back, and I put a little more work into it than just this switch plate right here. Got the master switch on and off. That way we don't have to run this thing, because this voltage meter will stay hot all the time, and that's just a drain on the battery that we don't need. So I got the switch plate, the master switch, and I put piano hinges here on the side, so when I open it up, it doesn't all fall apart. And I can't get my tripod to go any higher, so you're just going to have to deal with this view. Now in here, you can kind of see them right there. And another one over here. Those are ground bars. I screwed them down into the case, and then that's where I'm going to put all these, the leads. This is 3 circuits, 15 amp a piece. And those are going to go in here, and then the switch is going to feed into it. And then with the grounds, they'll go over into the other ground bar. And then with your main lead, we'll drill a hole and put one of these doohickeys in it. And run the main from the batteries. Let's get to that. Whoo, doggy. Now we're going to need some extra wire here. This is that coil I showed you at the beginning, and what I'm doing is I'm just stripping it. If I can find my knife over here in my junk pile. And you don't want to cut real deep, just enough to score the outer edge. Now, like I said, this is from Garrett.com. This is 12.2. But what I'm going to do is just score this right here. And then take these and just pull it. You don't want to keep pulling because you'll stretch the jacket. You don't want to go real deep because you don't want to cut the wires inside here. Just trying to take this outer jacket off. And there you go. You don't need this anymore. So, I just throw it away. Now we can cut these, and we got the whole box of connectors here. So, I think you can figure out what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to show that, and we'll get back to it once I get everything all wired up and show you how I did it. Alright? See you in a bit. Whoo, doggy, guys are all wired up. Don't that look pretty? Yeah. I don't have to hold it shut to screws, but I had to open it up to show y'all. Now, that's what that looks like inside there. This is the main going into the switch. And then there's those ground blocks with the positives and the negatives over here. Not the prettiest job, I never claimed to be an electrician, but that's how she looks there. Now we close this up. Yeah, it'll be fun. Now, let's turn off the light. Yeah. Oh, check that out. It all lights up. Yeah, I know it's kind of blurry, but it's not blurry to me. But here's the important part. Look over here. And that is all by battery. That is all on battery. So any kind of power outages or whatnot, we still got light. When this is running, I don't have to pay the electric company. So, that's how we did all that. And see, all the wires are nice and tucked away, and then the wall don't look completely crappy. Y'all might want to think about doing something like this. Grid down, you just never know. Yeah. And them lights can go brighter. We'll go ahead, shut this all down. Put the 4 screws back in it, and away we go. That's how we did that. And I'm filming this with that light. I really suggest y'all do something like this. It'd really come in handy, especially if you got little kids and whatnot. It doesn't take much. I got 4 trolling motor batteries up there. They're like 800 Cold cranking amps apiece or something like that. Yeah, it's a size 29. Battery, got 4 of them. So, but anyways, I think it'd be a really good idea for everybody to have something like that. Now we got this light in the kitchen. There's a similar setup in the kitchen, and I'm gonna put one in the bathroom. And those lights are just RV lights. Yeah, you get 4 of them for like $35 off Amazonian Place. So, and then I taped off the lights, took the lenses off, of course, taped up the lights, and just spray painted them black, a flat black, so they kind of match our OSB decor. Do yourself a favor, get prepared. It's coming like a freight train. Until we meet again, may the good Lord bless you and keep your powder dry.